Thank you so much for Chairperson's nice introduction. I'm Dr. Lecce Huang from Taiwan, and it's my honor to be on the stage with Dr. Russ Anderson at the same time. And it's my greatest honor to be invited to give talks at SCAB this year. I appreciate President Professor Paul's invitation very much. Thank you. And while my office is one of the first 8 aesthetic clinics qualified and certified to provide cell therapy in Taiwan, I believe you might wonder how I see the role and future of regenerative medicine in aesthetic dermatology. We know regenerative medicine has been taken hold in some aesthetic practice, and with time, it will significantly impact our practice. Although dermatologists has not been drivers for most part of the development of the regenerative medicine, but actually we share the largest market in our practice. So today I'm going to share what's new and also mention could we reverse aging in the era of regenerative medicine. This is my conflict of interest disclosure. Yes. So let's start with a quick review of aging and especially skin aging. And we know aging actually is not only a decline in organ function, but also a systemic response to a gradual accumulation of cellular and tissue damage, according to the definition of these 2 publications. So actually, aging is not only a natural course of life. Aging fits the ICD-11 criteria, and which can be considered as a disease. So the code actually is aging-related. But on the other hand, chronic inflammation drives aging. So it is a phenomenon of a low-grade chronic damage resulting from increased inflammation. So we name it inflammaging. So during the aging process, immune cells might play a very important role in recognizing and eliminating these aging cells. But actually the immune system also undergo aging, which is immune senses. So it can impair immunity to respond to infection and also diseases. So make our body more vulnerable to illnesses. And moreover, the accumulation of the aging cells contribute inflammation in organ. So that leads to organ damage and also an increased risk of age-related diseases. So compared to other organs, which is not usually visible and easy to detect. Actually, skin aging is easy and early to detect. It could be influenced by exogenous and also endogenous factors. And exogenous factor, actually, we encourage our patients to prevent from, to avoid sunlight and also air pollution, radiation, toxins. And the endogenous factors mainly here is genetic factors. And in skin aging, one of the very debatable issue actually is melasma. And there is some evidence to support the idea about the melasma. It's not only a pigmentary disease, but also a photoaging disorder. And histologically, solar elastosis, base membrane disruption, increased vacuolization, and also increased mast cell count indicate melasma probably should be recognized or regarded as a photoaging disorder. So the senescent cell, which means old and aged cell, and young cell are different in many biomarkers. So you can take a look at the red circles as the way we can tell the difference between young cell and aged cell. Then the aged skin becomes atrophic, and because of the reduced proliferation, and it shows abnormal pigmentation, increased inflammation, and also breakdown of the collagen fibers. So this is the reason why whenever we do all kinds of procedure, we try to reverse everything, not only to make our appearance feel better, but also we try to reverse aging at the same time. And according to the publication recently, in addition to significant loss of the attractional force, Actually, Sanderson fibroblast has decreased cytoskeleton tension, amounting to a regulatory light chain phosphorylation. That means that not only the traction force was lost, that actually the decreased cytoskeleton tension not only to amplify the epigenetic change during synthesis, but also alteration of cellular forces, and which is also harmful to extracellular matrix homeostasis. And here are the milestone events for cellular rejuvenation research. So in our practice, probably the patient will ask you, for example, in the States, practitioners always emphasize that, not really overemphasize, non-specialists emphasize the importance of metformin. So I remember I heard that about the practitioner, they took metformin every day, trying to make them live healthier and longer. And because of the skin health and beauty are considered among the principal factors representing overall well-being and the perception of health in humans. So several anti-aging strategies has been developed in the past few years. So we know the goal of regenerative medicine in college actually is a neocollagenosis, which we use laser or a lot of fillers to make it happen, and also we like to reactivate the old skin cells, and which I'm not sure if that will happen all the time. So currently we have several treatments we offer or suggest our patient. The first one actually is the most difficult one. It's a lifestyle modification. And the second one, devices, is the most easy one, because during our practice, the patient always only come to us for procedures, or for example, lasers, and always we appreciate Russ Anderson, Dr. Russ Anderson so much. That is the way we can do in our practice. And also the new way is, for example, the chemicals, which means drugs, and also biologics, cell-based or non-cell-based. So let me show you that anyone can do this every day. For example, adequate and balanced nutrition, which can reduce the level of systemic inflammation and also improve the function of inflammatory immune cells. But moderate exercise, sometimes very difficult, and although they can delay aging, and good mental state actually is very difficult sometimes. So devices, we're quite familiar with everything that this is here, especially ablative resurfacing and non-ablative. And also we can targeting on aging cells. And well, for example, here, we may use laser. Here you can see to restore basement membrane and improve melasma, although I don't think that they always work quite well as what we expect. And my friend, Kishan Kapoor from India, and his team published this article to explain the role of fillers in the different layers of the face. We're not focusing on the molecular mechanism in skin aging, but how could we make sure that the filler injection more effectively in anti-aging? So the way we inject HA fillers into HC, we can restore the function of capacity of human fibroblasts in the skin with increased collagen synthesis. But the most important way is how can we make sure we deliver HA evenly at different layers, and because that will bring more stress or pressure to the surrounding area. Not only HA fillers, another very good innovative traditional option to my eyes is laser-assisted PLA delivery. And this is very common in Korea and probably will be everywhere in Asia or the rest of the world. And you can take a look at the publication like 2 years ago. The outcome was fantastic. We are plastic surgeons, and actually plastic surgeons make very good use of the microfab, nanofab, and SEF in their practice. This is the most easy way to get ADSC, then make sure that we can not only deliver fat cells, but also stem cells inside. So no matter what the material are in place, since skin aging happens at each layer, so especially the skin appearance, so they are all targeted we need to reverse. So this is the illustration I made by myself. I mean, we try to illustrate everything we got, and then the practitioner should know what kind of device or material you're placing for your patient, and then otherwise you probably know it interact badly. And let's take a look at the recent study that have already demonstrated the pro-inflammatory cytokine network is probably one potential anti-aging target. And the most famous one is metformin. So just like what I mentioned, actually the beneficial effect of metformin on aging and health span are primarily indirect. So we have no direct evidence. And also, metformin can increase lifespan remain controversial. So we may take metformin every day, but we're not sure it will help to expand our lifespan. And recently this was done, actually not recently, actually senolytic drug, and the senolytics actually selectively remove senescent cell, which is an H cell, by reducing their apoptosis. And most of the drugs or chemicals mentioned here, actually they lack of long-term follow-up study for the older medicine. So the current evidence actually is still insufficient. Even fibroid, I also take this medicine every day, not for the anti-aging purpose, but to reduce my fat, the lipid level in my blood. Another issue actually is chiropractors. And the chiropractors actually does medicine to decrease the rate of aging. The same situation that there are no clinically proven human drugs for this indication so far. So although we missed a lot, actually it's not, we cannot prescribe to our patients so far. And till now, we still know that despite many known anti-aging preventive mechanisms, many classes of chiropractic practice actually are poorly studied, and even at the preclinical study. And so it is very difficult to know that what be our conclusion so far. So because of insufficient data. And also that very, in Taiwan, the cell therapy is available for very bad cancer or very bad immune situation. So, but regarding immune clearance of the senescent cell to combat aging, for example, NK cell or CAR T cells, actually, although they can precisely recognize aging cell, it is not yet used in aesthetic dermatology. So let's move to regenerative dermatology now in the future. I have to emphasize the difference between the PRP and the PRF. Actually, they are the first generation of platelet concentrate and the second generation platelet concentrate. I think the problem is that we are not quite know that both either one will work quite well. So, for example, in this publication 2 years ago, I think post-treatment probably have a future, but it has yet to be shown. And as a responsible practitioners, probably we need to avoid purchase this machine and until their clinical advantages have been duly investigated and published. Otherwise, our patient will be under the risk of that will provide a procedure for our patient. Regarding the mesenchymal stem cells, that's the main issue in our presentation. Because of the relative availability, accessibility, and the perceived lack of a bioethical controversy, the mesenchymal stem cells are the most common source of the stem cell therapy in aesthetics. And because of the ADSC, which is adipose-derived stem cells, are abundant and easy to collect, the clinical application is becoming more popular. And however, incorporation into cosmetics actually is still in its infancy. Although that there's getting more and more products available in the market. And there are still some potential adverse effects, probably, for example, rejection and potential uncontrolled proliferation that happened. Actually, that happened. And the cross-contamination with other cell lines, and also the hyperimmune response. So we need to worry about that. If we deliver this product into patient through systemically. So this is what we need to concern. And although cultural stem cells are real stem cells, and the treatment actually is too expensive, and even out in Taiwan, and actually the price is very high, 15,000 to 40,000 US dollars, and in Taiwan the average rate is about 2,000 US dollars, no, it's at 20,000 US dollars. That's what we have in Taiwan. And the preparation of cultural stem cell actually is not standardized yet. So when I have the project to prepare if a patient needs to have the stem cell therapy, actually I have to write my own and make sure it can be approved by the government. So it's very difficult. It has not been standardized. I think there's a problem in the future. And we know most of the IV injected mesenchymal stem cells are trapped in the lung. So actually they cannot spread everywhere. So that's the reason why the stem cell systemic administration is not applicable in most of the situation. So, and also, because we know that the effect of mesenchymal stem cell on wound healing actually is through the paracrine effect. Not that cells work together, work directly, or it becomes effective cells. So this is the reason why we have to think about some other options in our practice. So that's the next option probably will be the mesenchymal stem cell derived extracellular vesicle or exosome. So, and the stem cell therapy may increase the risk of the tumorigenesis and lung formation. So this is the message published on the website of the US FDA. So this is the reason why switching to exosome might be the future of the aesthetic dermatology. But exosome is a promising ready start to replace stem cell. In our practice, I'm not so sure so far. And so let's take a look at the exosome. And the exosome or extracellular vehicle, actually a lipid bilayer enclosed extracellular vesicles. It's an essential mediator of the intercellular communication by transferring protein or genetic material between cells. So comparing with drugs, plant, herbal, or extract and bioactive molecule, exosome actually have the advantage of lower immunogenicity, good biocompatibility, and the targeting specific and strong tissue permeability. So that makes exosome a very good option if you like to start your regenerative medicine practice. So currently, exosome can be used if you attend some other international conference. Many focusing on wound healing. And here we regrowth and anti-aging also have pigmentation. And they are getting more and more publications, especially some of the publications are first in human and many in Korea. So for example, aging skin healed poorly. So if we deliver the microRNA 125B, transfer the exosome from the younger cell into old fibroblasts. The old fibroblasts will become younger. And the exosome should be a potential excellent anti-photoaging agent to protect our skin from UV-induced skin aging by inhibiting collagen reduction and also the reactive oxygen species production and DNA damage, which sounds very good in the future. So how can we deliver the exosome? There are several ways listed here. So practically, what we can do, according to the experience from South Korea, is microneedling. So we can create several holes and put on the skin, so which we can say that's not against the law, but we just can put on the surface. And but the problem with the penetrance. The penetrance through this way is only 1%. So that means we don't need to sew so many exosomes during this procedure. But the role of exosome in this practice is that we need enough amount of exosome where it's just like the initiator. Not really that amount is not very important. So far we don't know. This is the first human clinical trial about acne scar treated with fractional CO2 laser followed by exosome gel. Now, I won't go through the details, but this is an intra-individual comparison. The setting is here, not really specific. For the example, the coverage is about 50%, and 2 passes for each treatment session. So that's a before and after. So the upper row actually is the by exosome, and the lower was by control. To my eyes, the result is acceptable, but not really fantastic. Of course, we are seeing surgery, so we'll do subcision and followed by fractional CO2 laser, and then usually we can make the result probably better than exosome application. Well, this is a publication about the treatment for melasma, and they make their way by using 1565 non-ablative fractional laser or microneedling to enhance absorption of exosome. And of course, because of the non-ablative fractional laser work better than microneedling so far in this publication. So this is one that to investigate clinical treatment results in melasma is exosome. But we know the industry trying to find the proper microRNA in treating melasma in the future. So probably we still wait. Well, actually, exosome is not completely very safe at all. So we still need to worry about limitation. For example, the quality of the exosome and also the preclinical model-related limitation. We're not quite sure if the result from the clinical study is completely the same as what we do in our patient. So there's also some other limitation. So there's a reason why, although it looks like very safe, but we still don't know because of the lack of sufficient clinical data. So this is what we have in Taiwan, where the health of the military actually start to have the regulation, trying to make sure what we provide is qualified. So the conclusion are, could we reverse aging by chemical or biologics? There may be a future for regenerative medicine, but it's far from clinical use. And the cell-based therapy and the cell-free therapy, which is exosome, will change the face of the regenerative medicine. And despite promising clinical data and strong clinical studies, additional randomized control trial and standardized of the treatment are needed to truly understand the place of the exosome in the aesthetic area. So this is the online conference we organized and run at Asian Pacific area. And there are 16 dermatologists working together to provide more than 80 webinars in the past 3 years. And we have 50% of the discussion for a single session. So welcome to join us, and we will work together to enhance the standard of aesthetic practice in Asian Pacific area. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Silva. Very good presentation.